What's up, guys? I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never. Today I'm going to be covering Hbar. Please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Help me pump that algorithm. I would greatly appreciate it. None of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief.
So Hbar is currently trading at a price point of just under 7.5 cents. Its market cap is 2.4 billion, which ranks 37th among all cryptocurrencies. And its circulating supply is about 33.6 billion out of a max supply of 50 billion, which is just over 67% in circulation. And I know to a lot of you guys, this still does not look fantastic, 67%, but you have to understand how much this has actually increased since the last bull market. And then some of you guys might say, oh yeah, well, Hbar hasn't really pumped at all compared to a lot of other cryptos. But I want to ask you a question. Would you rather see Hbar pump right now, or would you rather be able to pump during the bull market when everything is skyrocketing? Because personally, I would rather have the dilution happen right now. Not to mention it gives you a longer period of time to actually accumulate. But anyways, if you guys are looking to trade Hbar, I recommend using Binance or Coinbase. I think those are the two easiest centralized exchanges to use. Now, if we scroll down to the Hedera news section, there's an article in particular that I want to talk about, and they posted it 8 hours ago. So Hedera Hashgraph launches $250 million Web3 venture fund in Saudi Arabia. And if we actually click on the article, this move highlights Saudi Arabia's strategic shift from a heavy reliance on crude oil, showcasing its commitment to diversify its economy and embrace technological innovation. Through this initiative, Hedera aims to enhance the growth of the technology sector in the region, leading to groundbreaking advancements across various industries. With a remarkable investment of $250 million over 5 years, the deep tech venture studio is geared towards accelerating the development of innovative technological solutions, particularly in the realm of Web3 technologies. So obviously this news is extremely bullish for Hbar. And if anything, this should just prove to all of you Hbar doubters that Hbar is not going anywhere. But now we'll go ahead and take a look at the Hedera X account, which has 322,000 followers. And just in case you guys hadn't watched my previous Hbar video, I want to cover their pinned tweet January 15th. So we are excited to announce that Hitachi has joined the Hedera Council, bringing with it industrial solutions expertise and the aim to begin creating proof of concepts for end-to-end supply chain and sustainability solutions in the next year. And as most of you guys know, the governing council is one of the biggest reasons I personally am bullish on Hedera. They have some major connections, including Google, IBM, LG, Deutsche Telekom, Standard Bank, etc. And then actually, while recording this video, they just reposted 2 minutes ago. The history of AI goes back further than you might think. AI fundamentals were key areas of research for Hedera co-founders Dr. Lehman Baird and Mance Harmon as early as the 1990s, prior to their work in blockchain and Web3. And I personally have not watched this video, so let's watch it together.
So we're going to talk in some breadth about the state of AI and what's going on in the world today. And like I said, Lehman here. Oh, by the way, I should say that, Lehman, your PhD is in computer science and in artificial intelligence. Can you expand on that just a little bit?
Yeah, it's in machine learning. It's reinforcement learning. It's a lot of the stuff that we're now seeing changing the whole world. Neural networks, deep neural networks, reinforcement learning. That's what I was working on in the 90s. So that's what my degree was actually in.
Right, right. And so from there, from working with Lehman in the lab, I had the good fortune of then going and getting my master's in the same field, in reinforcement learning, machine learning, reinforcement learning sub category of machine learning, before going off and teaching at the Air Force Academy. So both of us have some background in artificial intelligence and machine learning specifically. So let's dive into it.
And then they said, stay tuned for the full discussion tomorrow. But look, at this point, I don't think anyone out there can say that AI is not going to be a big narrative in the crypto space this upcoming bull run. So the fact that both co-founders of Hadera have a background in AI is naturally going to be bullish for this project. But now we'll go ahead and take a look at some macro news that could affect Hbar's price action, even though it's not directly correlated to Hbar. So this is Watcher Guru's Twitter, and they just posted 17 hours ago, MicroStrategy buys an additional 850 Bitcoin worth 37.2 million. And at this point, it's really not surprising at all. As most of you guys probably know, MicroStrategy is one of the largest Bitcoin holders out there. So if all of a sudden they stopped buying and supporting Bitcoin, that might actually be pretty bearish. And then lastly, I want to show you this video 22 hours ago. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen calls on Congress to pass crypto legislation.
Council is focused on digital assets and related risks, such as from runs on crypto asset platforms and stablecoins, potential vulnerabilities from crypto asset price volatility, and the proliferation of platforms acting outside of or out of compliance with applicable laws and regulations. Applicable rules and regulations should be enforced, and Congress should pass legislation to provide for the regulation of stablecoins and of the spot market for crypto assets that are not securities. We look forward to continuing to engage with Congress on this. With this overview, I look forward to taking your questions on these.
Now, whether or not anything will actually come of this, only time will tell, but it will definitely be something to keep our eyes on. But while we're on X, you guys should come over and give your boy a follow at Crypto Now or Never. I've recently been trying to grow my X account. I've actually been posting on here pretty much every day, and we've actually been making some very nice gains. For example, we nailed this Hello Labs trade setup, and we were holding 42% gains, and at its peak, we were up 64%. So make sure you guys stay tuned. But also, if you guys want to take it a step further, I actually have an opportunity for you. So I have launched a private Discord through Patreon, and at this point, we are up to about 11 total members. But there are many benefits to joining my Discord. This is for those of you guys that want closer access to me. For example, you guys will be able to track the cryptos that I'm buying, selling, considering buying, and even the cryptos that I currently hold. Not to mention, I will even review your portfolio. But you have to understand, a lot of these cryptos are microcap gems, less than 10 million in market cap, which means that they could absolutely explode during the bull market, theoretically turning $1,000 into $100,000. So if this sounds like something you guys might be interested in, I have the link right here on my YouTube homepage. It's in the description. But now for the final part of this video, I'll get into some technical analysis. So this is Hbar in the daily time frame. Now, just to give a little recap on Hbar in my previous video, Hbar was trading right about here. And I said be very careful because Hbar had just had a bearish retest off the 21-day moving average. So I said I wouldn't be surprised if we fell all the way down to 0.0677. And that is basically the level we fell to exactly. And we actually touched it about 3 or 4 different times. But then it used that same level of support to get a bounce. So anyways, what am I seeing right now? So the first thing that stands out is that the previous 2 candles you could argue have tweezer tops, which shows that we clearly cannot get back above a resistance level. So based on that alone, I wouldn't be surprised if we actually drop a little bit in the short term. Now, the RSI and stochastics are both neutral. And then if you look at price action, we swing from a lower low to a higher low. The RSI is higher low to lower low, which is a very strong Class A bullish divergence. So based on that alone, I wouldn't be surprised if we actually get a bounce. But I'm going to be honest, the one thing that I don't like at all on Hbar at the current moment is that we are trading beneath the 50-day moving average. So even if we did pump, I would be nervous that we would have a bearish retest. And then price action could fall all the way back down to this previous level at 0.067. So just understand right now in the short term, Hbar has some very mixed signals. Now, lastly, we'll take a look at Bitcoin as it's correlated to most altcoins. And Bitcoin, not a whole lot has changed since my last Hbar video. So the RSI is still neutral, but the stochastics are a little bit overbought. Now, you could argue that Bitcoin is actually starting to form a bull flag, which break up 68% of the time, and this has a measured move to just over 48,000. Now, obviously, measured moves are not always guaranteed, but it's something that could happen. And then I also want to point out that the reality is that Bitcoin is trading at a crucial level right now. We are just above the 21-day moving average, and we are trading on the 50-day moving average. So here in the next couple days, we will most likely have a much better idea of the direction that Bitcoin is going to be heading in the short term. So if I were you guys, what I'd be watching is the moving averages. If Bitcoin breaks above the 50-day, I wouldn't be shocked if this measure move actually plays out. But if Bitcoin breaks beneath, there's still a reality where Bitcoin falls all the way down to 38,290. But also, as I say in every single one of my videos, macroeconomics significantly outweigh technical analysis. So just understand, crypto is an extremely volatile asset class. Anything can happen. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments, how high do you guys think Hbar will go next bull run? If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.